Haters are mad. They're mad. They're so mad. This is how mad the haters are. I've seen some of them saying Mariah Jefferson. They're just ring counting. They're going mad that it's anyone not from UConn. I'm seeing they're angry. They're mad. They're mad like they're so mad that it's not just an entire UConn starting five. Because I'm sorry, yeah, sure, you stacked the deck. Like just because you got every single number one recruit. And I'm sorry, how many top recruits did you get from 2016 to 2025? And it took the 1 year that you had a super senior number one recruit, a senior number one recruit, and the best freshman we'd seen since freaking Stewie yourself, probably, in Sarah Strong. And that's all it took for you to win the national championship. But Caitlyn Clark was named to the AP starting five women's college basketball alongside Cheryl Miller, Candace Parker, Stewie, and Taurasi. The answer, no shit. Like, if we're honest, no shit. Caitlyn Clark led NCAA all-time Division 1 in scoring. Not all-time in women. All-time in scoring. The gap between her and Kelsey Plum in second, I'm pretty sure, is like bigger than the gap between Kelsey Plum and like 10. And not only that, she did it with half a freshman season. Like, if she played a full freshman season, she would have set a near unbreakable record, especially since she averaged 27 points per game as a freshman. Like, she averaged near 30 a game in college and stepped up in the NCAA tournament. Like, that's unheard of. She had back-to-back 40-point games in the Elite 8 and Sweet 16, including a 40-point triple-double against Louisville. And she played against what was considered to be one of the greatest college teams of all time, South Carolina, and beat them. The South Carolina Gamecocks in 2023 would have been considered would have been seen as one of the top 5 college teams ever, and Caitlyn beat them. It's just a pity that Caitlyn didn't really step up, that like nothing really went well. That Alexis Morris and I can't remember whoever the shooter was off the bench for LSU lit them up that day. The LSU just lit them up, and Sinano got in foul trouble, and Addie O'Grady just isn't good enough. And at the time, Stolke was a freshman. Then they went and LSU got Anissa Morrow and Haley Van Lith, and Iowa went and killed them the next year. And then South Carolina were just too big. With no Monica Sinano, they were just too big. Like, they win that championship, no question about it, if Lauren Betts chooses Iowa instead of UCLA to transfer, which there was rumors that she was. They win, no doubt about it, if Lauren Betts transfers. And Caitlyn still has her averages her 30. But the haters are furious. They are furious. I mean, look, I've seen them get pissed at Cheryl Miller. I've seen them get pissed at Candace Parker because, Candace Parker is an op right now. But, like, look, I'm not going to complain about any of these. Could Maya Moore have been in there? Sure. Like, and some people are like, oh, Paige Bueckers. No, man, Paige Bueckers doesn't even make the starting 5 of UConn players. Does she? Taurasi, Maya, Steward, Stewie. Who goes center? Lobo? Yeah, she probably doesn't. She probably doesn't make it for UConn. But some will say she doesn't have a ring. Well, yeah, no shit. She went to Iowa. That's like saying that Elena Deladon had a worse college career than. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Because Elena Deladon chose not to go to UConn. Like, Elena Deladon wins like 3 championships if she goes to UConn. They probably don't lose because she's, 2 years younger than Maya Moore? Goes in when Tina Charles is still there. Like, they don't lose a single game if Elena Deladon commits to UConn. Even though she did commit to UConn, if she stays at UConn, doesn't walk out the door and go to Delaware. But her college career doesn't suddenly become less meaningful because she stayed home to be closer to her family. It doesn't make her a worse collegiate player just because she didn't choose to go to UConn. And I understand Gino Auriemma didn't recruit Caitlyn Clark. I understand that. And that's his greatest his greatest gift to basketball was not ruining Caitlyn Clark. In a similar way to he ruined Paige Bueckers. Like, Paige Bueckers is, like, talent wise, like, if you swap, let's just say hypothetically, Paige Bueckers stays home. She plays for, I don't know, whatever her local college, Minnesota, and Caitlyn is at UConn. Paige Bueckers would be the most popular female basketball player in the world by a mile. By a mile. If she had a coach. Let's say hypothetically she's from Iowa and she goes to Iowa and she has Lisa Bluter as a coach and she has those players. Do they make finals? No. But do they make really good NCAA tournament runs? Yeah, they do. They're a fun team to watch. And Paige is infinitely better than she is right now. And Caitlyn Clark sits on the bench at UConn because Gino Auriemma thinks she's a spot-up shooting small forward. And yeah, history's rewritten. But obviously that wouldn't happen. But yeah, this is going to piss off so many people. It's 100% correct call. Like, it is, not only is it 100% correct call, it's like one of the most no shit calls ever. Like, no shit. Obviously, Caitlyn Clark is going to be in the top 5. Obviously. Like, she's the only person that's in an actual argument with Breanna Steward for best ever. Like, Caitlyn Clark should have been 4-time All-American first team. Absolutely robbed as a freshman. She should have been a 3-time National Player of the Year. She got robbed as a sophomore. Why did she get robbed as a sophomore? Because of the Aaliyah Boston thing and the Paige speech, and, like, basically Paige made that speech because of people giving her so much abuse because she won it over Aaliyah Boston. Like, that's the lore about that speech. Like, it's kind of that's where it came from. So they kind of had to give it to Aaliyah Boston next year, but Caitlyn got robbed. Albeit Caitlyn didn't have the greatest tournament as a sophomore. They did lose to Lauren Jensen, and fucking was it Creighton that they lost to? But yeah, they weren't great in the tournament. But yeah, it's one of those things where she should be a 4-time All-American first team, 3-time National Player of the Year. Did not deserve National Player of the Year as a freshman, no matter what anyone says. Paige was better that year. But she should have been a 3-time National Player of the Year, 4-time All-American first team, and led two of the biggest fairy tale runs. And she played with one 4-star recruit in college. She played with one 4-star recruit, and the rest of them were 3-star or lower. Like, she took a team that they laughed when she said she was going to make the Final Four. Not only did she make the Final Four, she made 2 championship games.